Hello, good to have you on this week's edition of The Maze on ASO Television. I am Rosemary Ukokotega. The Maze is our weekly parliamentary program. It covers activities of both the Senate and House of Representatives, summed up in about 45 minutes every week at this time, that is 8 p.m. I'm pleased to have you on today's edition. Our top stories: progress on over 100 constitutional alteration bills at the Green Chamber and some at the Senate.
HB 2217 refers to Committee on Constitutional Review.
Confirmation of Sylvester Nwakuche as Controller General of Nigerian Correctional Center by the Senate.
The nomination of Mr. Nwakuche, Sylvester Ndidi, MNI, MFR, is hereby confirmed as Comptroller General, Nigerian Correctional Services.
Stay with us for details of this and other proceedings on today's program.
We are a nation blessed with people of diverse cultures, religions, languages, and opinions. It is ironic that we are now being ripped apart by our greatest strength, our diversity. We have allowed intolerance, insensitivity, bigotry, and nepotism to blind our vision of the greatness we can achieve working together as one. We may not have the same culture, nor religion, nor language, but we all belong to the same nation by the divine will of God. We did not choose to be Nigerians. Nigeria chose us. This nation is our divine heritage, and if we open our eyes, we would realize that what divides us pales in comparison to what unites us. And by the comparison and conciliation of our differences, we will grow until our differences disappear. Our unity cannot be willed by mere declarations, nor do we get unity by ignoring the questions that beg for answers. We must celebrate our diversity and debate our differences without fracturing our unity. Our strength is not in our numbers, but in our unity, because even the weak become strong when united. Nigeria unite.
This message is brought to you by Abuja Broadcasting Corporation, owners and operators of ASO Radio 93.5 FM Abuja, ASO Television DSTV Channel 392, Star Times Terrestrial Channel 127, Free TV Channel 507, People's TV Channel 285, and UHF Channel 38.
You are on to The Maze on ASO Television. Watch us live on DSTV 392, Star Times TV 127, Free TV 507, UHF Band 38. You can also find all editions of The Maze on our ASO Radio and Television YouTube channel. Check them out. Now to some top proceedings as on the floor of both chambers within the week. From the House, over 100 bills and constitution amendment passed second reading. On Tuesday alone, around 39 bills were passed by members during the plenary. These include, among others, a bill seeking to amend the 1999 Constitution to allow presidential, governorship, National Assembly, State Assembly, and local government elections be held the same day, being sponsored by Mr. Ikenga Ugochinyere and 35 other members. A bill for an act to provide for the presumed resignation from office of the Chief Justice of Nigeria, justices and judges of certain courts in Nigeria, and for related matters, being sponsored by Mr. Afam Ogene. A bill seeking to amend the 1999 Constitution to make the recommendation of the National Judicial Council mandatory for the removal of heads of Nigerian courts, being sponsored by the Speaker Abbas Tajuddin, and a bill seeking establishment of an FCT House Assembly. On Wednesday, members passed for second reading 42 pieces of constitution alteration legislations. Top of these are the bill seeking to qualify the immunity conferred on the president, remove that of the vice president, the governors and the deputies, being sponsored by a Rivers State lawmaker, Honorable Solomon Bob, and that on review of that penalty, seeking to order the Constitution of the Federal Republic of Nigeria to review the penalties for certain capital offenses in alignment with relevant international best practices. More constitution amendment bills also passed second reading on the floor of the House on Thursday. This, as captured on the other paper, fall under headings as inclusive governance, citizenship, state and local government creation, legislature, judicial reforms, electoral reforms, and others. In all, around 36 constitution alteration bills were considered and passed for second reading on Thursday by lawmakers at the House. On this day, too, the House rescinded some bills passed for second reading the previous day, thus Wednesday.
That the House do note that the debate on the general principles of the underlisted constitutional alteration bills were debated and referred to the Committee on Constitutional Review for further legislation. That is one, a bill for an act to alter the Constitution of the Federal Republic of Nigeria 1999 as amended to qualify the immunity conferred on the President, remove the immunity conferred on the Vice President, the governors and their deputies, in order to curb corruption, eradicate impunity, and enhance accountability in public office and for related matters, HB 1664. And the other is a bill for an act to alter the Constitution of the Federal Republic of Nigeria 1999 to review the penalties for certain capital offenses in alignment with relevant international best practices and for related matters, HB 2120. The first bill is under Honorable Solomon T. Bob, and the other bill is under Honorable Benjamin Okezi and 6 others. We're aware that the provisions of the bills require that the House will take a second look at it, and cognizant of the need to rescind these bills, we resolve that these bills be rescinded by this House and subject to debate when we resume. Thank you, Mr. Speaker.
Thank you, Leader. Minority Leader, please, can you second?
For rescission of the 3 bills, I so second.
Thank you. Those in support of this rescission motion say aye. Those against say nay. The ayes have it. What it means is that we have taken back our step on these 2 issues that needed more debate on capital punishment as well as immunity. It's something that we have to debate later on in more detailed form. And I thank you for your understanding, the sponsors of the bill. They also understood that for now, we'll keep it until we debate later on in a more thorough, comprehensive form. Thank you.
Time to take you through the process leading to the passage of all the bills on the different plenary days.
House for their interest in constitutional amendments, and because of that, we will receive a lot of input from members on judicial reform. We'll receive input on legislature reform. We'll receive inclusive governance. We'll receive on security and policing, amongst others, as well as electoral matters. So in our order paper today, we have about 39 of those proposals for second reading. What we're going to do today, considering the weather in the room and the urgency of pushing this to the Constitution Review Committee for them to study analysis, I will ask that the Leader of the House moves that we suspend our rules to have the second reading of all these bills from number 2, number 40.
That we suspend our rules to enable us take the bills listed in the other paper from number 2 to number 40. I so move.
Minority Leader, please.
I so second.
Those in support of this motion say aye. Okay. We will need to hear the HB number and the sponsors, the names of the sponsors.
Thank you very much. begin with number 2, HB 2203, Abbas Tajuddin and Marcus Onobu, Honorables. HB 79, Francis Ejirogene Waive. HB 1212, Namdi Ezechi, Honorable. HB 115, Mukta Shagaya, Honorable. HB 1230 and 1354, Honorables Pamoti Bitrus Lauri and Patrick Umar, Honorable. HBs 1729 and 1730, Honorable Mansour Manoso. HBs 1569, 1345, 1346, and 1877, Honorables Patrick Umar, Honorables Patrick Umar, Mansour Manosoro, Wole Busayo Oke, and Ishaya David Lali. HB 1886, Honorable Afam Ogene. HB 13841, Honorable Patrick Umar. HB 1924, Honorable Shehu Dalhatu. HBs 3369, 1309, Honorables Francis Waive Oluwole Oke and Gali Mustafa Tijani. HB 619, Honorable Benjamin Okeze Kalu. HB 1320, Honorable Sada Sumi. HB 2175, Honorable Ahmed Idris Wasen. HB 1783, Honorable Siso Ibaga. HB 1197, Honorable Daniel Asama Ago. HB 2170, Honorable Adebayo Olusegun Balogun. HB 1193, Honorables Tajuddin Abbas and Marcus Onobu. HB 1811, Honorable Akinde Tunde Rotimi. HB 1419, Honorable Kafila Togbara. HBs 1305, 1807, Honorables Francis Waive and Akintunde Rotimi. HB 2176, Honorable Ahmed Idris Wase. HB 1850, Honorable Abbas Tajuddin and Marcus Onobu. HB 1700, Honorable Mansour Soro. HB 1404, Honorable Babajimi Benson. HB 260, Honorable Mutu Nicholas Abomo. HB 994, Honorable Sada Soli. HB 1217, Honorable Aminu Jamo Daura. HBs 1306 and 1514, Honorable Francis Waive, Honorable Ye Chinyere, and 34 others. HB 1381, Honorable Mansour Soro. HB 1154, Honorables Mansour Soro and 5 others. HB 1649, Honorable Gochinyere, Onye Kiagonu, and 24 others. HB 2166, Honorable Adebayo Olusegun Balogun. HB 2167 and HB 2183, Honorable Adebayo Olusegun Balogun. HB 2168, Honorable Adebayo Olusegun Balogun. HB 2169, Honorable Adebayo Olusegun Balogun. HB 2173, Honorable Adebayo Olusegun Balogun. HB 2122, Honorable Benjamin Okeze Kalu and 6 others. HB 1931, Honorable Tajuddin Abbas and Marcus Onobu. HB 1811, Honorable Akintunde Rotimi. HB 1419, I think that's a repetition. Honorable Kafila Togbara. HBs 1305 and 1807, Honorables Francis Waive and Honorable Akintunde Rotimi. HB 2176, Honorable Ahmed Idris Wase. HB 1850, Honorable Stajuddin Abbas and Marcos Olobo. HB 1700, Honorable Mansour Soro. HB 1404, Honorable Babajimi Benson. HB 260, Honorable Mutu Nicholas Ibomo. HB 994, Honorable Sada Soli. HB 1217, Honorable Aminu Jamo Dara. That's what I think it looks like they're repeating this. I think that is about all. I think the others looks like repetition of the same thing we had read earlier.
Okay.
So move.
Thank you. Minority Leader. I refer to Committee on Constitution Review.
Is to move that the House do suspend Order 8, Rule 7.2 of the Standing Orders of the House of Representatives to enable debate on the constitutional alteration bills such that they be taken simultaneously. I so move, Mr. Speaker.
Thank you. Any second?
Mr. Speaker, I rise to second the motion ably moved by the Chairman, Rules and Business. I so second.
Those in support of this motion.
Yes, one federal constituency, Edo State. I rise to move that the following bills went to, to 44 be read the second time. These include a bill, HB, that's 3 to 44. HBs 200, 1310, 1446, and 1546. Honorables Abbas Tajuddin, OK Chinda, Gaza Jonathan Befi, Ikegwono Onyeye Ugochinyere.
That is what I want you to do, Leader.
Yes.
And I don't know if it's appearing the same way on your paper.
No.
You can see the constitutional amendment provisions classified under subheads. Like the one you're mentioning now falls under devolution of power.
Okay.
So these are the constitutional amendment falling under devolution of power. HB that sponsored by that. And then we'll get to strengthening of institutions. Constitutional amendment bordering on constitution of institutions, that follows state creation, traditional institution, so that we'll know where you are leading us. Thank you, Leader.
Thank you very much, Mr. Speaker. The first one I just read is under devolution of powers. HB is 1411, 1403, and 1918. Honorables Babajimi Benson and Mukta Chawai. HB 1406, Honorable Babajimi Benson. HB 1431, Honorable Ikegwono Ugochinyere. HB 2060, Honorable Benjamin Okezekalu and Mohammed Mukhtar. HB 1412, Honorable Babajimi Benson. HB 1543, Honorables Abbas Tajuddin and Marcos Onobu. HB 1512, Ikegwono Onyeye Ugochinyere and 33 others. Strengthening of institutions. HB 188, Honorable Saidu Musa Abdullahi. HB 770, Honorable Lawale Raji. HB 1141, Honorable Mansour Manu Soro. HB 1144, Honorable Mansour Manu Soro. HB 1664, Honorable Solomon T. Bob. HB 1694, Honorable Mansour Manu Soro and one other. HB 1697, Honorable Mansour Manu Soro and one other. HB 2061, Honorable Benjamin Okezekalu and 6 others. State creation. HB 1098, Honorable Oluwole Oke. HB 1308, Honorable Gali Mustafa Tijani. HB 1430, Honorable Ikegwono Igochinyere. HB 1998, Honorable George Ozodinobi. Traditional institutions. HBs 203 and 71, Honorable Kegwono Gochinyere and Honorable Abdullahi Al-Mustafa Aliu. Citizenship. HBs 1195 and 1422, Honorable Daniel Asamal Ago and Honorable Kafila Tobara. HB 2057, Honorable Benjamin Okezekalu and 6 others. HB 2059, Honorable Benjamin Okezekalu and 6 others. Fundamental rights and objectives. HB 2120, Benjamin Okezekalu and 6 others. HB 1194, Honorable Daniel Asama Ago. HB 1517, Honorable Obinna Agocha. And HBs 1661 and 1206, Honorable Abbas Tajuddin, Honorable Mark Husseini, and Daniel Asama Ago. Local government. HB 1314, Honorable Benedict Etanabene. HB 1482, Honorable Abbas Adigun. HB 1522, Honorable Obolum Ipong Ete. HB 1523, Honorable Obolum Ipong Ete. HB 1669, Honorable Eugene Okechukwu. HB 1524, Honorable Amobi Godwin Oga. HB 1498, Honorable James Abiodun Faleke, Honorable Babajimi Benson, Honorable Etinan Badru, and 19 others. HB 1614, Honorable Amos Magaji Gwamna. HB 1680, Honorable O.K. Chinda. HB 2028, Honorable Olufemi Richard Bamishile. HB 2121, Honorable Benjamin Okeze Kalu and 6 others. HB 1999, Honorable George Ibezimako Ozodinobi. HB 1215, Honorable Solomon T. Bob, and HB 2100, Honorable Harrison Anozike Umadike. I so move, Mr. Speaker.
Thank you. Minority Leader, please.
A bill for an act to alter the second schedule to the Constitution of the Federal Republic of Nigeria 1999 as amended, transfer quarantine from the exclusive legislative list to the concurrent legislative list and for related matters. Second reading. A bill for an act to alter the provisions of the Constitution of the Federal Republic of Nigeria 1999 as amended to move water for domestic, commercial, industrial, irrigation, power, and other uses to the concurrent legislative list to allow state government put to sustainable use water within their state, make provision for state government to access mines in their states, provide for the financial autonomy of local government councils by prescribing an independent consolidated local government council account and for related matters. Second reading. A bill for an act to alter the Constitution of the Federal Republic of Nigeria 1999 to increase the number of members of the Federal Civil Service Commission to provide for each state of the Federation and the Federal Capital Territory, Abuja, the opportunity of one-person representation and for related matters. Second reading. A bill for an act to alter the Constitution of the Federal Republic of Nigeria 1999 to mandate all government statutory corporations, commissions, authorities, agencies, including all persons, bodies established by law to submit yearly financial statement to the Auditor General within a specified period and for related matters. Second reading. A bill for an act to alter the Constitution of the Federal Republic of Nigeria 1999 as amended to strengthen transparency and compliance to the principles of federal character and for related matters. Second reading. A bill for an act to alter the Constitution of the Federal Republic of Nigeria 1999 as amended to provide for the public disclosure of reports of the Auditor General of the Federation and for Auditor General of a state and for related matters. Second reading. A bill for an act to alter the Constitution of the Federal Republic of Nigeria 1999 to qualify immunity conferred on the President, remove the immunity conferred on the Vice President, the governors, and their deputies in order to curb corruption, eradicate impunity, and enhance accountability in public office and for related matters. Second reading. A bill for an act to alter the Constitution of the Federal Republic of Nigeria 1999 to specify the period for the laying of annual budget estimates before the national and state houses of assembly and for related matters. Second reading. A bill for an act to alter the Constitution of the Federal Republic of Nigeria 1999 to separate the offices of the Attorney General of the Federation, Attorney General of a state from the offices of the Minister of Justice of the federal government and Commissioner for Justice of the government of a state and for related matters. Second reading. A bill for an act to alter the Constitution of the Federal Republic of Nigeria 1999 as amended to provide for the establishment of the Office of the Accountant General of the Federation and the Office of the Accountant General of the federal government and for related matters. Second reading. A bill for an act to alter the Constitution of the Federal Republic of Nigeria 1999 as amended by amending Part 1 of the first schedule and creating additional 3 states, Oke-Ogun State, Ijebu State, and Ife, Ijesa State, and for related matters. Second reading. A bill for an act to alter the Constitution of the Federal Republic of Nigeria 1999 to make provision for the creation of Tiga State from the present Kano State with headquarters in Rano and for related matters. Second reading. A bill for an act to alter the provisions of the Constitution of the Federal Republic of Nigeria 1999 as amended to create a new state in the southeastern region of Nigeria known as Olu State and for related matters. Second reading. A bill for an act to alter the provisions of the Constitution of the Federal Republic of Nigeria 1999 as amended to create an additional state in the southeast region of Nigeria carved from the existing 5 states to be known as Etiti State with capital at Okigwe and for related matters. Second reading. A bill for an act to alter the provisions of the Constitution of the Federal Republic of Nigeria 1999 to establish and provide roles for traditional rulers in Nigeria and provide for the recognition of the advisory law of traditional rulers in the Constitution and for related matters. Second reading. A bill for an act to alter the provisions of the Constitution of the Federal Republic of Nigeria 1999 to grant citizenship rights to spouses of women from Nigeria, specify the minimum number of youths and women that may be appointed into specific offices and for related matters. Second reading. A bill for an act to alter the Constitution of the Federal Republic of Nigeria 1999 as amended to guarantee indigent status to persons by reason of birth or continued residence for a period not less than 10 years or by reason of marriage and for related matters. Second reading. A bill for an act to alter the Constitution of the Federal Republic of Nigeria 1999 to include citizenship by investment as one of the classes of citizenship in Nigeria, provide for the acquisition of Nigerian citizenship by qualified foreign investors who meet specified investment thresholds and for related matters. Second reading. A bill for an act to alter the Constitution of the Federal Republic of Nigeria 1999 to review the penalties for certain capital offenses in alignment with relevant international best practices and for related matters. Second reading. A bill for an act to alter the provisions of the Constitution of the Federal Republic of Nigeria 1999 by defining acts that constitute torture, inhuman and degrading treatment, and for related matters. Second reading. A bill for an act to alter the provisions of the Constitution of the Federal Republic of Nigeria 1999 as amended to provide additional restrictions and derogations from fundamental rights and additional conditions for the proclamation of state of emergency by the President and for related matters. Second reading.
2, 1570, 1583, and 1596, Igariwe, Iduma, Enwo, and Maso Manusoro, and 2 others. HB 877, Akwaji Nombe Abiante. HB 202, Ikagwono Onyinye Ugochinyere. HB 1278, Isa Ali Jesse. HB 869, Peter Patterson. HB 871, Muhammad Bello El Rufai. HB 928, Alex Egbona. HB 963, Mansour Manu Soro. HB 964, Mansour Manu Soro. HB 204, Ikagwono Onyinye Ugochinyere. HB 205, Ikagwono Onyinye Ugochinyere. HB 397, Saido Musa Abdullahi. HB 1808, Akintunde Rotimi.
On
HB 2208, Chinedu and
397, on HB 397.
897, what number is that?
It's 48.
Number 48.
House rules to give us more details on that. For the same thing for
47 and 48.
43, 40, 47.
43, 47, 48. We need more.
Yeah, it's not stated fully.
We'll step those down for now.
The long that only is not.
Yes. We should delete them for now until this is.
Yeah, you should drop them.
I move that these bills, except 43, 47, and 48, be read the second time, Mr. Speaker.
43, 47, and 48.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker.
Thank you. Minority Leader, can you second?
Mr. Speaker, my dear colleagues, I second the motion for the second.
Excuse me, before you second, vote of 50. 50. Please, leader, include, move your motion again before he second. Include 50 on the list. Yes. You have to be clearer than this. Let them step it and bring it up.
For related matters. Second reading. A bill for an act to alter the provisions of the Constitution of the Federal Republic of Nigeria 1999 as amended to enhance interstate commerce by moving trade and commerce between the states to the concurrent legislative list and for related matters. Second reading. A bill for an act to alter the provisions of the Constitution of the Federal Republic of Nigeria 1999 to review the mode of electing the state governors, deputy governors, and the appointment of the commissioners of states and for related matters. Second reading. A bill for an act to alter the provisions of the Constitution of the Federal Republic of Nigeria 1999 to review the means of election into the offices of the chairman and vice chairman of the local government councils in Nigeria and for related matters. Second reading. A bill for an act to alter the provisions of the Constitution of the Federal Republic of Nigeria 1999 to provide for the office of the Prime Minister as head of government and the office of the President as head of state to provide for a framework for the mode of election to the said offices and for related matters. Second reading. A bill for an act to alter the Constitution of the Federal Republic of Nigeria 1999 to reduce the lengthy period of determination of re-election petition matters and provide for the establishment of re-election tribunals and pre-election matters and regulate the process of suspending a member of the National Assembly from legislative duties and for related matters. Second reading. A bill for an act to alter the Constitution of the Federal Republic of Nigeria 1999 to provide for the change of simple majority in elections of the President of the Federal Republic of Nigeria and the state governors and for related matters. Second reading. A bill for an act to alter the Constitution of the Federal Republic of Nigeria 1999 to review the requirements that qualifies a person to be elected as President and Vice President of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, governors and deputy governors of states of the Federal Republic of Nigeria and for related matters. Second reading. A bill for an act to alter the provisions of the Constitution of the Federal Republic of Nigeria 1999 to set timelines for presentation of the appropriations bill and for related matters. Second reading. A bill for an act to alter the provisions of the Constitution of the Federal Republic of Nigeria 1999 to review the status of the Federal Capital Territory as regards the election of the President of the Federal Republic of Nigeria and for related matters. Second reading. A bill for an act to alter the provisions of the Constitution of the Federal Republic of Nigeria 1999 to, amongst other provisions, establish State Police Force, change the name of the Police Service Commission to the Federal Police Service Commission, establish the State Police Service Commission, and amend the second and third schedules to the 1999 Constitution and for related matters. Second reading. A bill for an act to alter the provisions of the Constitution of the Federal Republic of Nigeria 1999 to strengthen transparency and regulate the issuance of waivers to federal ministries, departments, agencies, parastatals, extra-ministerial departments, public companies and corporations, and for related matters. Second reading. A bill for an act to alter the provisions of the Constitution of the Federal Republic of Nigeria 1999 to provide for the designation of a special account for borrowed funds, credits, and grants, and the publication of detailed progress report on the implementation of projects financed by funds other than revenues of the federal government and for related matters. Second reading. A bill for an act to alter the provisions of the Constitution of the Federal Republic of Nigeria 1999 to grant to the two chambers of the National Assembly and state houses of assembly powers to summon the President of the Federal Republic of Nigeria and governors of states, respectively, to answer questions.
No, that one was not what we passed. That one should be stepped. Keep it in abeyance.
A bill for an act to alter the Constitution of the Federal Republic of Nigeria 1999 as amended to provide for a comprehensive compensation in the Land Use Act and for related matters. Second reading.
HB 1291, HB 2231, HB 2234, HB 2217, HB 205, HB 2238, HB 199, HB 1116, HB 1117, HB 1115, HB 1152, HB 11570, 1583, and 1596, under 37, HB 877, HB 202, no, HB 877, HB 202, HB 1278, HB 869, HB 871, excluding HB 928, excluding HB 963, excluding HB 204, excluding HB 205, excluding HB 397, HB 1808 included, excluding HB 2208. I refer to Committee on Constitutional Review.
All bills were referred to the Committee on Constitution Review for further legislative actions by the presiding officer of each day. A few other constitution alteration bills were for first reading still on the floor of the House.
Honorable colleagues, the first business of the day is presentation of 7 bills, and I invite clerk to read their short titles.
Right Honorable Speaker, honorable members, Constitution of the Federal Republic of Nigeria 1999 Alteration Bill 2025 first reading. Constitution of the Federal Republic of Nigeria 1999 Alteration Bill 2025 first reading. Constitution of the Federal Republic of Nigeria 1999 Alteration Bill 2025 first reading. Federal Medical Centers Act Amendment Bill 2025 first reading. Constitution of the Federal Republic of Nigeria 1999 Alteration Bill 2025 first reading.
The Senate also considered and passed for second reading some alteration bills. Away from constitution alteration bills matter to other issues, the Senate on its first day of plenary confirmed Sylvester Nwakuche as Controller General, Nigerian Correctional Center. This followed presentation of a report by the Chairman, Senate Committee on Interior, Senator Adams Oshomole. Here.
Number 1, the committee found the nominee suitable for the position of Controller General, CG. No petition or incriminating report was received against the nominee. Number 3, the nominee possessed the requisite qualification, educational qualification, for the position of Controller General. Number 4, the nominee displayed a high level of intelligence and showed the temerity to hold the office of Controller General. 5, the nominee carefully scrutinizing all the relevant documents of the nominee and due consideration of his level of meritorious exposure. The Senate Committee on Interior hereby recommend as follows. Quote, that the Senate do confirm the nomination of Mr. Nwakuche, Sylvester Ndidi, MNI MFR, as the Controller General, Nigeria Correctional Service.
The Senate, in the Committee of the Whole, considered the report of the Committee on Interior on the screening of Mr. President nominee for appointment as Comptroller General, Nigerian Correctional Center, and approved the nomination of Mr. Nwakuche, Sylvester Ndidi, MNI, MFR, as Comptroller General, Nigerian Correctional Services. Is this a true reflection of what transpired in the Committee of the Whole? Distinguished colleagues, will the Senate confirm the nomination of Mr. Nwakuche, Sylvester Ndidi, MNI, MFR, for appointment as Comptroller General, Nigerian Correctional Service? Those in favor say aye. Those against say nay. The ayes have it. The nomination of Mr. Nwakuche, Sylvester Ndidi, MNI, MFR, is hereby confirmed as Comptroller General, Nigerian Correctional Services. Let me congratulate the nominee for this elevation by his country and for his past services and hope that this confirmation by the Senate will spur him to continue to put his best.
The Senate also within the week repealed the act establishing National Identity Management Commission NIMC to include database management and national identity card and population. This followed the presentation of a report by the Senate Committee Chairman on National Identity Card and Population, Senator Victor Ume, Anambra Central.
The Senate of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, at its sitting on Tuesday, 2nd July 2024, read for the second time the bill for an act to repeal the National Identity Management Commission Act 2007 and to provide for the establishment of National Identity Database and the National Identity Management Commission, charged with the responsibilities for maintenance of national database, the registration of individuals, and the issuance of identity credentials, and for related matters, SB 472. And the same bill was referred to the Committee on National Identity Cards and Population for further legislative action. The bill was sponsored by distinguished Senator Jibrin Barau, and it seeks to establish the National Identity Management Commission to manage the country's national identity management system, mandate the creation of national identity database to store citizens' biometric and demographic data, make it compulsory for all citizens to register for purposes including government services, financial transactions, and so on and so forth, provided for protection of citizens' personal data and privacy, empower NIMC to issue regulations and guidelines for the implementation of the Act and for other related matters. The committee held a public hearing on Wednesday, the 23rd of July 2024, in order to get views and opinions of stakeholders and the general public. It collected memoranda from the general public and consulted with legal drafting experts. 17 stakeholders appeared before the committee during the public hearing. The objectives of the bill are as follows: to provide for the establishment of national identity database for the nation, establish the National Identity Management Commission charged with responsibility for maintenance of the national identity database, registration of registrable persons, issuance of identity credentials, and superintend over identities management issues. To strengthen the legal framework of national and digital identity, thereby creating an optimal foundational identification ecosystem that fosters inclusion, universal coverage, and accessibility. Establish a harmonious foundational identity system that is governed by a less restrictive, less cumbersome, non-discriminatory, non-punitive data protection, cost-effective, and compliance with global best practices. The bill, when passed into law, will address the challenges and limitations of National Identity Management Commission Act 2007. Repeal it, and then close the gap of incomplete and inaccurate national identity database, provide efficient governance and service delivery. Distinguished senators, the bill received overwhelming support from stakeholders at the public hearing due to the need to implement the long-awaited database system. The committee at its meeting had a clause-by-clause consideration of the bill and came up with the recommendations here.
And recommended as follows.
Recommended as follows, yes. The committee hereby recommends that a bill for an act to repeal the National Identity Management Commission Act 2007 and to provide for the establishment of a national identity database and a National Identity Management Commission charged with the responsibilities for maintenance of national database, the registration of individuals, and the issuance of identity credentials, and for related matters 2024 SB 417 to be passed. The bill consists of 41 clauses. Schedule, a short title on the explanatory memorandum. Mr. President and distinguished colleagues, The committee urges you to give the bill as rated passage that it deserves. Its passage into law, as evidenced in the wide support it received at the public hearing. Mr. President and distinguished colleagues, the committee would like to thank the President of the Senate, the Deputy President of the Senate, Senate leadership, and all distinguished colleagues for the opportunity given to us to serve in this capacity. I so present, Mr. President.
Thank you. The Leader of the Senate. Okay, the Leader. You may wish to move a motion for us to resolve into Committee of the Whole. We're going to close by clause.
Mr. President, I stand to move a motion that we revert to Committee of Whole to consider the report.
Minority Leader.
I seek your leave and the leave of the Senate to call attention to a few amendments or proposed insertions in this new bill that conflict with some existing laws and will also give NIMC mandates that they do not have. And I refer here to page 6, subsection clause 7 of the bill that says the root, part of the new suggestion that NIMC will have the authority to be root certification authority and issuing authority responsible for the national public key infrastructure. NIMC is an end user of technology. NIMC cannot be a certification authority. This is mandate that is clearly within the mandate of such organizations as National Information Technology Development Agency, NITDA. In the same vein, if you also go to page 7, clause 8, it also says under subclause F and G. So, Mr. President, sitting as chair, I am moving a motion that all those new additional clauses that didn't come with the original section, clause 7J on page 6 and clause 8, subclause F and G on page 7. Mr. President, sitting as chair, I so move that these two of them, clause 7, subsection J and clause 8, subsections F and G, should be expunged from this bill. I so move, sir.
President, I rise to second the motion that clause 7J in page 6 of this bill and clauses 8F and G of this bill be dropped from the bill. I so second.
And population on the National Identity Management Commission Repeal and Re-enactment Bill 2025 and approve as follows. Long title as recommended. Number of clauses 1 to 39 as recommended. Clause 6 as recommended. Clauses 7 and 8 as amended. Clauses 9 to 39 as recommended. Interpretation clause now 40 as recommended. Short title as recommended. Schedule as recommended. Explanatory memorandum as recommended. Is this a true reflection of what transpired in the Committee of the Whole? Leader of the Senate, may I wish to move that we proceed to read the third reading. Distinguished colleagues, a bill for an act to repeal the National Identity Management Commission Act, number 23, 2007, to establish the National Identity Database and the National Identity Management Commission, charged with the responsibilities of maintaining the National Identity Database, registration of individuals, and issuance of identity credentials, and for related matters, 2025. Third reading taken. Distinguished colleagues, a bill for an act to repeal the National Identity Management Commission Act, number 23, 2007, to establish the National Identity Database and the National Identity Management Commission, charged with the responsibilities of maintaining the National Identity Database and registration of individuals and issuance of identity credentials, and for related matters, 2025, third reading taken and passed. Let me thank the chairman and members of the Senate Committee on the National Identity and National Population for a wonderful job done, and thank my colleagues for their contributions, and particularly thank my brother SARS for the observation to ensure that this bill, when assented into an act of parliament by Mr. President, will not conflict with any other extant laws of the land. So I thank all of you, and I do know that the Senate will continue to remain proactive. So it's now the job of the Senate leader to ensure that what we have passed here is in conformity with what has been passed by the House of Representatives, and in the effect that there is any differential, we go into the usual conference committee to resolve the differences. So I thank all of you, and I pray that this bill will ensure that we have proper record and proper data to plan not just for the current generation, but for future generations of Nigerians. Thank you.
And it's a wrap on today's edition of The Maze. Let's meet again Friday next week at 8 p.m. I am Rosemary Ukokotega.